What is going on, everybody? So, it's been exactly 2 years since Returnal was ported to PC. And since that time, there have been significant updates to the Steam port, and I've personally been waiting a long time to actually play Returnal on the go. And it's no secret that Returnal has been a problem port since its initial release, but not a lot of people have been talking about it or mentioning if it's actually playable 2 years later. So, I'm going to answer the most important question today. Can it play Returnal? And I'm going to be testing Returnal on the ROG Ally. And so far, from what I've seen, at my default resolution of 900p on the ROG Ally original Z1 Extreme model, Returnal started off with very frequent stutters. Usually while traversing from one area to another, the frame rate will drop to about 3 FPS. But taking Returnal out of its default settings of 900p and with every single other setting switched to low, I found that Returnal didn't stutter nearly as much as it used to even 6 months ago. The FPS still fluctuates between 15 to 45 sometimes, but for the most part at 720p, Returnal is actually playable at turbo mode on the ROG Ally. But that's of course with all of the settings switched to low. And that frequent stuttering and lag is sort of distracting at first, but I'm assuming it's just the game compiling shaders, even though it already compiled shaders the first time I started up Returnal after updating it. But it's really good to see that Returnal is actually playable now. I was able to get a few keys that I couldn't reach before because, well, I couldn't see it due to all the lag, and I was able to defeat certain enemies that I was having trouble with because the game was so stable. But to make the gameplay even more stable, I switched the dynamic resolution to on at 70%, and I also turned up the overall resolution to 900p, which made the game look a whole lot better, and the dynamic resolution enabled the game to play a lot smoother. And I think this is the best way to play. You got to switch all the graphical settings to low because switching anything else to medium or high, such as the textures, will enable the game to stutter a lot more. It stutters so much it even stutters the audio. If I could just let you hear the gameplay for a second. But besides that, the FPS does still fluctuate quite a bit. In the actual game, I keep track of the FPS at all times because right from the bat, I wanted to know if Returnal started up and played better than it did before. And every single time I've tried, which is about a dozen times, hasn't been successful. But this is the only time where I'm actually seeing consistent frame rates. Well, consistent-ish. With Armory Crate's metrics, it's a bit late, but the FPS does keep steady around 40 to 45 with dynamic resolution and at 900p, which is very impressive. I'm not sure exactly how the other handhelds hold up, but I will try the Legion Go next. But yeah, have you guys tried Returnal? And what do you think about the port so far? It's been 2 years, and all of these updates are coming in very slow. But it's good to see that the ROG Ally can actually play Returnal. It seems like that's the inevitable question besides Crisis these days. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Later.